Good morning and welcome to the Garland Redcup Variety Podcast. I am Logan Lanier. There's Mr. Paul Garwood. Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
And we're just glad to be on and start the new year off right. And as you can see, Mr. Garwood, I have my 2021 hat on.
I love it. I love
Yeah. And I got to go Elton John a little bit too here.
it.
So
Been
yeah.
in the Jets. I like that.
Yes,
Benny.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But anyway, we're just glad to be here, and we're looking forward to 2021. Our broadcast is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at Garland Podcast, and we do not own any rights to any music. And again, the Garland Red Cup Podcast, where there is always something good in the red cup. So our red cup today, we got a couple things on Mr. Garwood. So
tell me what's good in the Red Cup.
yes, sir. Well, traditions, and
Okay.
you and
Okay.
I were born and raised in households where there were New Year's traditions,
Okay. Yeah. Yes, we were.
and I don't understand why. Well, I understand now that I'm older.
Okay.
But I never understood why my mother always would put money in my pocket at 12 o'clock on New Year's
Okay.
Eve.
Okay. That's a new one for me. You tell me why? Why did she put money in your pocket?
She said if you have money in your pocket on New Year's Day, you will have
Okay.
money throughout the whole year.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
But there's some other ones.
Okay.
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 There's some
Okay.
other ones. Okay. And I'm just going to list these and you tell me, you
Mhm.
know, and these are either for luck or superstitions. I don't know which one it is, but
Okay.
all clothes must be washed before midnight. No washing on New Year's Day.
You,
Wait a minute. You must have money in your pocket. I just said that one at midnight. Here's
mhm.
one. Here's one that everybody has. Black eyed peas.
Okay. Okay. Black eyed peas. Now let me see. For I was always told that when you eat black eyed peas on New Year's Day, it'll bring you luck
Right.
throughout the year. That
Right.
means that means lucky,
Right. Right.
okay? And it bring you luck throughout the year.
Okay.
The I used to always hear when they used to say, "Don't take nothing dirty into the new year." Okay, so that was the clothes.
Okay.
Okay, washing all the clothes up and everything.
Right. Right.
There,
Right. Right.
there was also one for greens. Okay,
Okay.
do you know what it was?
Well, okay. Now they say greens. Got you some green to eat, so you can have some green money in your pocket. Am,
Okay, yeah,
am I
yep,
saying that right?
yep, 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 yep. Green means money.
Okay.
Now, the one that I never heard
Uh
of, but
huh.
then when I was looking at this,
Uh huh.
there's one for cornbread.
Cornbread.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's one for
Now is
cornbread.
that for luck or what? What is that supposed to be?
Cornbread was for gold.
For gold.
Yes, for gold. Right. Cornbread was imitate gold. Money was on the gold standard. People used to buy gold
Okay.
back then.
Okay.
Right.
Got it.
So if you ate cornbread, then you will come into some gold.
Okay.
All right. So that was the one I had never heard of until I did a little research on these traditions.
Okay. Okay.
Now, do people really believe them? I know that. I was always told that you can do it. You can cook the black eyed peas, but you got to really truly that believe in that tradition for it to happen. All right. So I really wonder, do people just cook them just to cook them, or do they truly believe that this can bring them some good fortune? What you think?
Well, let me just say this. My mother and grandmother was looking at it for good fortunes.
Okay.
Um, but it's real funny now that I'm older, I do the Black Eyed Peas.
Okay.
I have the money in my pocket only because that's just what I do because until I go to bed, it's just in my
Right.
pocket. I mean, I don't, um,
Right.
I don't look at it for luck or that way of thinking. Okay,
Right.
it's more for me out of tradition, and it kind of puts me. It kind of because all my mother and my grandmother are both deceased, so
Right.
it kind of just brings back a memory about them.
Okay.
That's why I do it. So
Okay. Me, I feel like, especially going out of 2020, going into 2021, that any tradition, anything that we can possibly do to make 2021 better than 2020,
uh-huh.
we should do.
Yeah.
What I found out with myself, that the older I get, the older that I got, instead of going out on New Year's Eve, I know what people weren't going out on New Year's Eve this year anyway, but previous years, instead of going out on New Year's Eve, I would actually go to church.
Okay.
All right, bring in the new year in a spiritual way instead of drinking the spirits. All right, I bring it in a spiritual,
Right.
godlike
Right.
way.
Right.
That was one of the changes that I made. As I started to get older.
Yeah, and again, for people, it's different for different individuals. I was talking with my
Right.
cousin yesterday, and she doesn't do it because around this time, my cousin, my cousin passed, so she doesn't do it because it would just bring back that memory for her. So
Right.
we all have it. We all do it for different reasons.
Right.
Some people really believe in luck.
Right.
Some people really believe,
Yeah.
that would bring you some luck. Now, I will say this. There's one more. This is my sister.
Mm-hmm.
My sister, who I love dearly. This is
Mm-hmm.
her thing. The man must
Mm-hmm.
enter your doorway first on New Year's Day.
Oh wow.
Can't
Okay.
no woman can enter. The man got to enter. Then the woman can enter. That's
Okay.
her. That's hers.
Well, what's the reason behind
It's luck.
it?
Good
It's the luck,
fortune.
huh? All
So
right.
guess what?
I got.
So when I lived in Michigan, guess what I had to do every New Year's morning? I had to
You
go
had
to
to go
her house.
outside.
I had to go to her
Uh huh.
house,
Right.
walk in. I couldn't just walk. I got to walk all through the house. I got to,
All through the house.
yeah. Before I
Okay.
do
And you're
anything,
blessed.
just to give me any food,
You got to bless the
I got to
house.
bless the house. I can't even have a glass
Okay.
of water until I walk
Right.
through her
Wow.
house.
Oh wow.
You know,
Man.
and once I did that, then I can have what
Everything was cool for the
I can
year, huh?
have a whatever water, whatever she had. But until then, I had to go all through her house
Uh huh.
and bless the house.
Hey, let me ask you. No, honestly, that was real good. That is something to think about. I wonder really how many people do that. Hopefully, people might start doing it. After hearing that lovely story.
They probably already. Some people are probably doing that right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It probably is. Let me ask you this one. It's one tradition that we didn't bring up, and shooting, going outside and shooting that gun.
Ooh. Well, now I don't know the history behind that. I think for what I do know,
Hmm.
people shoot because it was a celebratory, and they did that in the West. Now, naturally, our urban cities are not considered the wild wild west.
Right.
And we know that shooting is dangerous. We know
Yeah.
bullets don't have no eyes.
No
Okay,
hours.
but let me say this: I don't know where these guys getting this artillery from, man.
That's what I'm talking about. It lets me know, man. It lets me know the artillery that's in the area.
Well, what they got? They got cannons. Because
Man, it's
Boom.
anti-ballistic missiles, man. You know, it be so loud, and then I was listening to it, and it was boom, and then
I
I'm
do
like,
not know, what is going on with the
where?
shooting,
Whew.
but here, and this is my first New Year's in Toledo. They started about 11:30, and
Mhm.
it went on through 12. But by 12:30, it was over with.
Yeah. Same here. It wasn't. I live on the outskirts of Detroit. You know that. I
Right,
live on
right,
the
right,
outskirts of
right,
the east side,
right.
and but I heard some about 10 o'clock, and then about 11:30, and but by 12:30, it was all
It
over
was
with. It was
all over
done.
with.
And I can remember it's starting at 10 o'clock and going to 2, 3, 4 in the
I
morning.
remember
We're
it.
talking about
I remember it starting at 8.
8. Oh man, yeah. Just going out there, just unloading, But yeah, I don't think as much drinking was. I don't think it was as festive as it has been in previous years. I don't think it was as much drinking and being done and partying being done. I think a lot of that contributed to going out there and shooting off the rounds. Um, but yeah, it was definitely different.
All I know is I know they tried one year. I forget who the police chief was. It wasn't Chief Craig. I think
Mm-hmm.
it was Chief Knox. They say ringing a bell
Mm-hmm.
with a bell and not a gun. He had a
Okay,
campaign to
okay,
where he wanted the citizens of Detroit
right.
to ring a bell.
Yeah. I remember that because Stanley Knox. They wasn't shooting up. They wasn't shooting up. They was shooting at.
They're shooting at. Yeah,
Right, right. They wasn't shooting up. They were shooting at. All right, and that got real dangerous
right. Last one.
because.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
last one. And I'm very
Okay,
guilty of this one. As you can see, I have Christmas decorations up.
okay.
There was one more that says you got to have your Christmas decorations down before the stroke of midnight.
Mm,
Now, not today. I'm taking these bad boys down. I mean,
okay.
my stuff is. I mean, for the sake of the show,
Mm-hmm.
I left it up. But
Mm-hmm.
that was one from my mom, and my mother was very festive with Christmas and everything. But on December 31st
Okay.
at 8 o'clock a.m., myself and my sister was putting away all the Christmas stuff, and that house was spick and span by
Wow.
midnight, or well before midnight. So that tied into the house being clean too. They say your house got to be clean.
Right.
Again,
Wow. Decorations still up in my house. So I haven't heard that one. But hey. Whatever make a person have a positive outlook going into the new year. Man, more power to them.
especially
To my dad,
especially
that's an excellent mindset. That's an excellent mindset to go into the new year with. And so more power to them. I'm all for it because it's needed,
especially 2021. So
especially
if that what
2021.
makes you happy, do it.
Yeah,
We want you.
do it
We want you to be happy.
right.
Yes, yes. Garland Redcup Variety Podcast is brought to you by 22 Design Studio, and we got to pay a couple bills here, and we have MWR. MWR is a financial. It's home of the instant pay raise and your own personal team of financial experts that use proven strategies to secure you and your family's financial future. And we ask today contact Financial Director Herb Buckley today at area code 734-388-4357 and make MWR your choice for financial freedom. And their flyer information is on our advertising page of the podcast website, which is theredcuppodcast.com.
Yes. And we also have something that's very beneficial to many different people today. It's called Tiffany with the Tea. And what this is a detox tea that boosts your immune system, it cleanses vital organs, and it burns fat. It's a great supplement for your body, especially during this pandemic time. You can get your tea today, Tiffany with the Tea. You can find her information on our website. You can also find it on our page, Facebook business page. And I suggest to get this because anything that can help boost that immune system up is greatly needed. So remember, this is Tiffany with the Tea.
Tiffany with the tea, and again, I use that religiously, and it is great for your immune system, as Paul said. Okay. And again, we're talking about traditions here. There's one that we all really, really, really love, and you and I experienced it when we were coming up, watching the ball drop in Times
Yes.
Square. Okay.
Dick Clark.
Dick Clark, New Year's Rockin' Eve. Okay.
Yeah.
But now, Mr. Garwood, do you know that the ball drop was first created in 1907? And it was originally created, and by the way, it was created by the then owner and publisher of the New York Times. And
Okay.
his name escapes me right now. I got it in my notes here. I think it's his last name was Och, if I'm pronouncing it right, Ochs. But he
Okay.
created that ball drop, Times Square,
hmm
to bring in the new year, and he was promoting the newspaper because New York Times at that particular time was a new newspaper to the state.
Okay.
And as the years went on, they just made it a tradition and a festive occasion. And as we come to know it now, and of course this year they didn't have the crowd there,
hmm
but now they've added entertainment to it.
Right.
Back then, it was just a ball drop, confetti. They had always had confetti. Okay, I
Right.
think they still got
Right.
confetti now. Okay,
Yes, they do.
they threw all that stuff, um, and I wonder who cleans up all that mess anyway. I guess the city workers.
City workers get a lot of overtime. They get a lot of overtime.
But I found out that so 12 o'clock, Happy New Year, people in the middle of Times Square, all this confetti drop. Do you know not an inch of confetti is on that street when they wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like nothing ever happened.
Right. Massive amount of city workers. When I was growing up looking at it, it was always my dream to go. Because especially when I was young, when I was in my 20s, because it just looked like the ultimate party atmosphere. All right, and to look at it from home, but say, man, I wanna go there. I want to experience that.
Right,
Uh,
right,
I know many have.
uh-huh,
All right, it's an experience like never before,
right.
uh, and probably we're at that age now where it's considered a bucket list. Honestly, brother Logan, I probably will still do it. I want to go to Times Square and on New Year's Eve because I want to just be in New York for the whole Christmas holiday, that whole Christmas week. Tomorrow, and go to the Today Show and do some ice skating. Do some shopping in New York. Miracle on 34th Street. All the way up to. All the way up to New Year's Eve, man. I just want to spend that whole week in New York.
From Christmas all the way up to New Year's.
Christmas all the way up. Yeah,
Well, you got to put on your
yeah,
Santa Claus suit too. If you go,
yeah.
well,
If
you
they
come
need,
out of the Miracle on 34th Street, you might as well you
yeah,
might as well do the hotel.
do the whole thing, right?
Yeah, put on a Santa Claus
Yeah,
suit and
seriously, go over, go over to NBC Studios. Tomorrow, yeah, just might even take in the Tonight Show. I just want to be there the whole week and just experience New York City during Christmas. The Macy's parade, instead of the Detroit parade, look at the Macy's Day parade. You know how it is in New York.
Yeah. Well, I want to go to New York for other reasons outside of New Year's. I like this to go shop.
Yeah, you go shop. I mean, let me tell you, New York is just a whole different animal, man. It's so much to do there. It's crazy how people can live there, but it's just you have so many different things to do, man. Talking about and then the different, it's my family, we've went and going from uh, lower Manhattan, upper Manhattan,
Right.
over to the Bronx, over to Brooklyn. To my man, on the ferry, the Statue of Liberty, just the shopping, just Harlem,
Right.
uh, Times Square, Central Park, Madison Square Garden, Yankee Stadium. It just the Brooklyn, the Barclays Center, and we were on the subway. We wasn't going on no tour bus. I actually know how to use the subway to get around New York. Okay, so we were just catching the subway everywhere. I'm talking about, man, and it's and then COVID hit. I'm talking about, COVID hit, and you know, nobody's going nowhere. But as soon as we're able to, we're gonna be back in New York.
Right.
All right, gonna be back in New York. I mean, I love that city. I do.
Yeah. New York and Chicago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I done been in Chicago. I done been in Chicago so many times that I have to stay away from Chicago for a little while. To my, because I done had from Rush Street to the Michigan Mall to Grant Park. Just every little nook and cranny in downtown Chicago. The different restaurants. I know. I even got the same hotel that I stay in every time I go. So but Chicago is still a lovely town.
yeah.
A lovely town.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, from personally, I've been there so many times. We should just drive up there, and hang out. But New York, man,
Yeah.
New York.
Here's the thing with New York. New York is noted in the winter.
Yeah,
Chicago is noted in the summer
in summer. Yes, yes, yeah.
because they always have the Taste Fest and that kind of thing.
Right, yeah, jazz festival and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I like Chicago personally better than I do New York. Um,
Okay.
again, that's just my personal preference. Probably number one because it's closer.
Yeah, yeah,
You don't have to
yeah.
drive that. It's only 4 hours,
4 hours. Right.
But New York is a nice town. They both are very busy towns.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I drove to Chicago. Oh my God. Coming
Yeah.
off 94 and going on the Dan
Damn
Ryan,
right.
going on the
Yeah,
Dan
the damn
Ryan.
right. You see it
Woo-wee.
where you see all them projects. See
Oh
them
yeah.
just projects, just miles and miles of them high rise projects, man.
I actually got lost in Chicago one time and ended up in the projects because when you
Okay.
come into Chicago, that's the South Side.
Right, right. South side, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I ended
Yeah.
up kind of in a I wouldn't not a dead end, but
Right, right.
yeah, it was kind of like, whoa, let me hurry up and get up out of here. But
Yeah.
yes. Our podcast is brought to you by 22 Design Studios. And again, we're grateful again for the opportunity to bring this podcast to you. Our guest will be on here momentarily. But we're going to enter into a segment, Mr. Garwood. And it's very, very fitting for the start of the new year.
Hmm.
And it's getting it done in 21.
Yes.
Okay, getting it done in 21.
Yes.
That's the motto. That's going to be my motto for the
Yes.
year. And whatever it takes,
Yeah.
to whatever it takes for you to get it done in
Yeah.
21.
Yeah.
Okay, positive. Okay,
Yeah.
we know that 2021 is not going to be a perfect year because nothing's ever perfect. But man, anything is better than 2020. So
It's you know what, Brother Logan is, you know, and listeners out here. I seen I seen a basketball player. I'm not gonna say his name, but you know, he made this statement the other night. He was being interviewed, and he was saying anything positive you can take out of 2020, man. You know,
yeah.
hold on to it, okay, and carry that into 2021. 2021 is going to be a reset year. A renewal, a reset, a restoration
Mm-hmm.
year.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be some changes.
Mm-hmm.
Things are not going to go back to the way they used to be, even with the vaccine and everything. And I think a lot of people will be in agreement. It's gonna be some lifelong changes, right? But you gotta um, embrace change. You have to find what it takes, what you need to do to adjust to these changes.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes right into what our program, I guess, going to be. You're going to have to renew your body and your mind.
Okay.
It's going to have to be a renewal of the body and mind. Because of, they say this probably won't be the only pandemic we have to deal with. There's more that's going to be coming. So you got to take care of your body. Okay.
Right.
You gotta healthy living. You have to renew your mind. You have to change your mindset on how you deal with things. You have to focus more on positivity than you do on negativity.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is going to be very essential to get through the times and the changes that the United States and it is going to be going through.
Right. Right. We're going to be talking about that here in a second. And again, our special guest will be on momentarily. But let me just say this: when the clock struck 12,
Mm-hmm.
going into 2021, I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, there was this exhale, like this, just like you know, just letting it out, just letting out. 2020
Yeah.
is gone,
Yeah.
and the exhale now is a good exhale. Not sometimes we exhale because we tired. How we used to tell our kids something, they go. It wasn't that
Right.
kind of
Right.
exhale.
Right.
It was the exhale of excitement, of exuberation. We're about to enter into a new year,
Yeah.
and when 2021 hit at 12, that's where the renewal, as you would say, um, takes place.
Yeah. And don't, for me, I was a little melancholy, man, because a lot of people didn't make it to 2021,
Mm-hmm.
and for me, I that I was one of the fortunate ones, and all praise, honor, and glory to God for me being able to see 2021. But exhale, relax, but don't, but stay diligent though, because now refuel,
Yeah.
because now the fight begins to see 2022.
Yes,
Okay, now the fight begins for us to get through 2021 and see 2022.
correct. That is correct. Yes, I see our guest is on. Can you hear us, Carol?
Yes. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I was wondering if these would work or if I was going to have to do a corded.
Okay. No, nope. You are good. You got a double
Okay.
screen there, but that's okay.
Yeah, because I was trying to see what would work better, the laptop or the phone.
Well,
Okay.
actually, your laptop is actually better. If
But it's still loading.
Oh,
Um,
really? Oh,
my signal on the phone said fast, and for whatever reason on my laptop it's going slow.
well, we won't even worry about that.
So I don't know.
Don't even
Oh,
worry
okay.
about it.
Let me see. All right.
Okay.
So I mean, I
Yep.
can turn the camera off of one.
Yep.
What picture is clearer?
Your laptop.
Okay, so I will turn the camera off
on the phone.
on
There
this
you go.
one. So
Okay.
can you still hear me though?
Yep, we can still hear you
Okay.
loud and
All right.
clear. All right. Now we got, modern technology, talking about
I know.
2021. But ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we are so pleased to bring back our guest today. And this young lady is a wellness coordinator at Wayne State University and Miss USA 1990, and recently obtained her master's degree in sports management.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations,
you.
congratulations. We'd like to introduce Carol and Marie gets to our show. Welcome, Carol, again.
Hi.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank
So
you.
glad
Happy
to
New Year to
have
you
you.
guys. We're
Happy
gonna
New Year.
start off
Happy
Yeah.
New Year.
2021 with a bang. We're gonna get it
Yes,
going.
Yes, 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 yes.
yes, yes.
So again, our segment is getting it done in 21 and the renewing of your mind and body. And as me and Paul was just talking, we starting you off right, and we want you to lend your expertise in this particular subject. And
Hmm.
so, getting right into it, um, we're again in the middle of this pandemic and going into 2021. So, in terms of mind renewal, Carol, how would one get there?
It's a decision. It's a choice. I mean, it is simple as that. It is really deciding. And
Okay.
it's like once you have a made up mind to do something, you have to have the attitude like a dog with a bone. I'm not letting it go. You're gonna have to yank this away from me and fight to get it away from me. And I'm going to hold on until I get what I desire, till I hit the mark, till I meet the goal, till I get across the finish line, whatever that finish line is for you. And
Okay.
so, people often say, while you're working on a second master's, you work full time at one place, you volunteer at other places, you teach at other places. Like I'm at one of the other gyms that I teach at now. It's JC
Hmm.
Jones Boot Camp, and sporting the Jones athletic gear. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
doing a lot of different things, um, and still serving God, loving God, and taking care of my family and taking care of me. I get my self care in there, going to the chiropractor, going to get a massage once a month. I mean, it's not, I want to say this, getting a massage should not be looked at as a special treat, especially for
Okay. Yeah.
somebody in my profession. But in this day and age, especially throughout this pandemic, when people are bombarded even more so with mental health issues, just being sane, staying, keeping it together, not feeling the weight of anxiety and worry. It's real and it's present and it's right in our face. And things we can do that help take care of ourselves for the positive in a positive way, um, like going and getting that pedicure because of the
Hmm.
massage you might get. That helps release some stress, going for that walk, going for that run. And for
Hmm.
me, definitely getting that massage so that my muscles that are tight from teaching multiple classes and teaching every day and training every day, my body needs a break. And a massage is a way that I get a break. So I can't have the mindset that I can only get a massage on my birthday, on Mother's Day. It should not be. It is a part of, for me, it's a part of well-being. It's a part of mental health, like going maybe and seeing a therapist. So that might be somebody's goal to help them with a mindset change for themselves, is that they actually go see somebody and talk to somebody about it. Or, they don't want to go into an office, telehealth visit. um, Technology will allow them to be able to have someone come right into their home and talk to them and give them tools that they need on how to goal set. A life coach, maybe. We get
Hmm.
coaches for everything else. We have coaches for basketball and football and all these different sports. And what does the coach do? Show them how to play the game, give them strategies on how to win and how to defeat that enemy or that opponent, how to
Hmm.
strategize, how to get the ball further down the court or get it in the hoop, get it in the net. So does a
Mhm.
life coach. A life coach can help you get your goal in the net, can get your goal across the field goal line. It can help you get to that destination, wherever it is, how far or close it is, and it can help you break down the really big goals into small, manageable goals, so you don't feel overwhelmed even by your goal. But I always, I've heard and I've held on to that belief that your goals should scare you. If your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
if the goals aren't
Yeah.
big enough, set new goals, make them big enough, and make it and get someone that can help you be accountable. So you have to speak it out. The first step
Mhm.
is make a plan. It is write it down, speak it out, and put it up where you can see it. So when you can see it
Absolutely.
and you can say it every day, and it's going in your eye gate, in your ear gate as you speak it, it's deposited into your heart. It becomes
Mhm.
a part of this machinery of your body. Like everything I'm doing, I'm trying to achieve that goal today. I've set it in motion and I'm moving toward that mark. So if it's a big wide river, that big giant goal, and I can't swim, but I want to get to the
Mhm.
other side, either I'm going to get some floaties or I'm going to find some little stepping stones that I can step across to get to the other side. So the small goals are those little stepping stones, or it's a little floaty that helps you hang on so you can pedal, so you can kick a little harder, so you can make a full stroke, so you can actually swim to get to the other side. So however you want to look at it, whatever analogy you want to use, bottom line is we need to get to the other side. And
Right.
how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So I'm not gonna look about, I can't eat that whole thing. It's too much. No, I'm gonna work
Right.
on the toe. I'm gonna work on the ear. I'm gonna work on the
Right.
snout. I'm gonna work on one little piece. And before long, you will look back and see that elephant is gone. So, or that you
Right.
made it to the other side. So it's a decision. It's a decision to change your mindset, to stop thinking it's impossible. No, it is possible. And this is how it is
Mhm.
possible. I'm gonna take small little
Mhm.
steps that's gonna get me to the big goal. So
Yeah.
Okay.
find somebody to get you to keep you accountable and make that plan, write it down. The word says the people perish without a vision. So you got to write it down, make it plain, and put it where you can see it. You can't write it down and put it in the drawer. You got to write it down and put it up on the wall somewhere you're going to look at it every single day. And it's slapping you right in the face so you can't ignore it. And then having that accountability partner who will keep you honest with yourself. Someone who will say, hey, did you make any steps on that goal today? You know, how are we working on that goal? You got a week. This week, what's the progress we've made? You know, you got a month. I need to know where you are this month on that goal. So somebody that's just going to not let you fade and cheat yourself and quit on yourself. And somebody that's just going to just lovingly ask you, where are you? How you coming? I know you can do this.
I like how you went to Habakkuk. We call it
Yeah,
Habakkuk.
have a cool two.
Habakkuk.
Yes,
Yep.
That's the importance of vision boards. I try to stress to people to put your vision, write your vision down.
write it
Mhm.
down
Put your vision up. Put your vision on the board and look at it every day.
Make
every
it
day.
plain upon the tables.
Every day.
Absolutely.
You can
Every
make
day.
photocopies. You can have it as your screensaver on your phone. You can have it
Mhm.
on a post-it in the bathroom or on the wall in the bathroom, in the kitchen, on the cabinet. You need to have it in multiple places so you can see it
Right.
regularly.
Right.
Have it
Right.
as a screensaver
Absolutely.
on your laptop, somewhere where you're going to see it every day. You got to flip through it, swipe past
That's
it,
right.
something. You need to see it. And that definitely helps because it won't let you get complacent on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm digging on the hat there, man.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I just had to say that.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm digging on the
hey,
hat.
okay,
I just had to say that. Coach Lanier, I'm digging on the hat. Okay.
Miss Gish, Miss Gish, this was
Hey.
a rough week for me, but I knew. I said when we had this show today that Logan was gonna have something on there that was gonna make me laugh. And as soon as I seen it, I couldn't do nothing but laugh.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh
You
and
know, you
my
see
I
that?
went a
goodness.
little
It's a
Elton
A
John.
classic.
little bit in the desk. You see that? You know, went in the
Yep.
desk.
Oh yes.
Little Elton
Gotta have
John for the
fun
You
on
new
just
year.
here.
get the yeah. let me ask you this, Miss Guest. When it comes to resolution and
You can
goals,
just call me
now we all
Carol.
know that
You can
there's
just call me Carol. That's Carol is fine.
okay, Carol. Okay, all right, Carol. All right, okay, Carol. There's a difference between resolution and goals. Some of us follow the tradition of making New Year resolutions. All right. Should we start off the new year making those firm resolution decisions, or should we start off with goals and take steps toward a positive outcome? So, should it be a tradition, or should it be a goal, or both?
Doing things just out of tradition is, I don't think, is ever just necessarily a good thing. If it's not
Okay.
meaningful, if it's heartfelt tradition and it's a positive tradition, because you know, quite frankly, there's some traditions that need to be broken or cast aside because why? Why are we doing them? If you don't understand the why, it doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Absolutely.
I don't think you should put any energy into something if it doesn't have a deeper meaning or some like love, like a love, a passion, purpose, family ties. Um, so I don't think we should do things out of tradition, even for the Lord. It should be from our heart. We should do it out of love. And that's where sometimes we get, you know, denominational, traditional differences. That
Yeah.
all it is love. If we love God and follow His commands. You do something one way, you fold a napkin another way. Tradition necessarily isn't the main point. It is honoring something or someone, or honoring the gift in you, honoring the gift of life that you have, especially if it's in regards to our health and our wellness.
Yes.
So I really, there, like, everyone has their opinion, and just like they have something to sit on, everyone has an
Right.
opinion. And I'm of the school of thought that a resolution is um, an idea of something you would like to do. When you set a plan to that resolution, it can then become a goal. Because I think a
Mm-hmm.
resolution without a plan is just a hope and a wish. But if I
Right.
resolve to
Right.
do something and then I set a plan in motion, steps to take to get there, I have now created a goal. And now I can
Mm-hmm.
drive myself and measure myself by my actions. Are they moving me in that direction of that goal? And I
Mm-hmm.
can be resolute in the choice to do that and
Mm-hmm.
not quit after 1 month, not quit after 2 months, but to keep going. And so if a resolution helps somebody get started, that's great. But what's going to keep them going is a plan and a goal and someone that helps keep them accountable. So
That's that.
I think it's key to have someone near you, around you, who can help keep you accountable, and or you keep each other accountable. It can be a two-way beneficial relationship. So you get your friend or your buddy or your spouse or your even an adult child. You got a child. Okay, you're gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna help keep each other accountable. Just being able to partner
Mm-hmm.
with someone, like we partner with Christ to do and walk
Mm-hmm.
out this life. We don't have to do it alone. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't. It's best to not do it alone. He taught us not to do it alone. So finding someone to help keep us accountable and to encourage us when we're feeling down if we mess up. So I always say, you got to when give yourself a little slack, not too much slack, but a little.
Right. Right. Right.
If God forgives us when we mess up, we have to forgive ourselves too.
Right.
So
We
we
have
have
to.
to forgive ourselves. So I fall down, I get back up, and I dust myself
Yep.
off, and I keep moving. I will say this: so you resolve to live healthier. I want to get healthier. I want to reduce, improve my biometric numbers, like my blood pressure or my cholesterol. And it's not just about weight. Weight can be a side benefit of working on having more energy and having those biometric numbers be in their normal ranges, having more energy, having greater clarity and focus when you are awake, reducing or removing aches and pains that are in our bodies, oh, I can't move, I can't do this. I ache all the time. It could be what you're eating that's causing you to
Right.
ache.
Right.
Not just Arthur.
Right.
It's not just arthritis. It's what we do. We can
Right.
make arthritis worse by what we eat. There, we can make our joints more stiff by what we eat. And I will say this: there are some things that are very healthy in general that won't be healthy for you if you have some of those challenges you would like to overcome. For instance,
Yes.
if you have a problem with swelling and edema, joints and inflammation in your body, you should stay away from tomatoes. Yeah. Tomatoes, as
Okay.
healthy as they can be for some, they are not healthy for a person dealing with inflammation because they cause inflammation.
Oh,
Actually, dairy can cause aches and pains in our joints. So, milk, it does not do a body good. That's a marketing campaign. There's no scientific research that backs that up. That's a lie that we have bought into. And so we continue to eat these things as we get older and wonder why, oh, my shoulder hurts. Oh, my elbow hurts. Oh, my hands hurt. Oh, my this. And we want to blame it on Arthur. And it could be the fact you need to stop eating dairy. So you have to listen to your body. Make a food journal. When you eat things, write down how you feel after you ate them. If you start to notice a trend that, oh, I felt heavy, I felt bloated, I felt sleepy, I felt, I take note of that. Don't override it. Don't force yourself to eat something out of habit or tradition or routine. Make the changes that is necessary for your body to function to its optimal best. And so there's no cookie cutter thing. I can't necessarily tell you. This is where you partner with yourself to listen to your body, to notice, to pay attention to how your body responds to certain foods so that you can know which ones to eliminate. There's some that are going to cause your body to be more acidic, and then that acidic environment can cause more ailments. So you want to eat more foods that'll have your body more alkaline or help it become more base. So we can have a neutral environment for homeostasis. Our body is always wanting to find homeostasis, which is neutral and the best environment for it to function at its optimal best. So, gotta listen to your body.
you made a valid point. I want all the listeners, what Carol just said, and you really helped me with what you just said is, you have to get educated on healthy living. Okay, you got to get educated on your diet. You got to get educated. A lot of people are not, or especially if you're going out eating fast food all the time. But listen to what she just said. You have to either do your own due diligence, your research, or find somebody like Ms. Carol Gist and get educated on healthy living. Okay.
Just like man's law, ignorance of the law
Yes.
is no excuse.
Yeah.
Even
No
a
excuse.
spiritual law,
There's
whether
no
you
excuse.
believe in it or not, it's gonna happen.
Mhm.
The law is
Yeah.
law, whether it's man's law or God's law. Of course, when we operate and with due diligence, also it says our people perish for a lack of knowledge, as I paraphrase. So when I say understand and listen to your body and know what's right for you, that takes listening. The Holy Spirit will either lead you or you will actually notice how your body feels and will say, I know that asparagus is good, but it's not good for me. I know
Right.
you may like the taste of something. You may want to follow somebody's diet and it says eat, this and chicken breast with broccoli, and broccoli may not be for you. You can, it's making you gassy and bloated, and it's a man-made vegetable. A lot of people still don't know that, and a lot of things that man has intervened in has side effects.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they start tampering with stuff, and then we don't realize, wow, every time it's like when I eat, I get bloated, I get gassy. It's the roughest cruciferous vegetable. We want to eat leafy green vegetables, but broccoli is real rough, and it's rough on the digestive system. So a lot of people can be tolerant of it and take it, but there are a lot of people who are like really messed up when they eat broccoli. But because the diet said eat the broccoli, they eat the broccoli. So,
Eat the broccoli.
Eat the broccoli.
I'm just saying, not be blindly follow things thinking you're doing good for your body and you're actually kind of messing yourself up and making yourself uncomfortable. And then that's why you get discouraged and don't want to stick with something because you're not feeling necessarily great. If your stomach is all bubbly and you're like, well, I can't do that one no more. I forget that. I stop and go back to eat my McDonald's or whatever. You quit. And so if you can find that balance and listening to yourself, you actually will gain more enjoyment and you'll be motivated by the positive progress you're making. How you feel, I got all this energy. Yes, I woke up, I was ready to go. I did my workout, I walked, I had some devotion time while I was walking. I feel and I feel, alive and alert and awake and energized and stimulated, and I'm ready to face my day with bells ringing and the engines charged and ready to go. Versus, oh, I need that coffee. Gotta have that coffee, and then you're up. It can be other reasons, just because you're putting good things in your body that are good for you, and your body is responding like it should, and so you're feeling great. Your colon is all clean. You're going regular, because if you're not going regular, that's gonna help you not feel so great too. We don't like to talk about that, but if you eat multiple times a day,
True.
you probably should expel some waste a couple times a day, not once a week.
Do you Hey, do you think do you think the pandemic slowed life down enough to where they can notice, what's going on with their body? Do you think that's I feel like that's a
That's a
positive thing
positive.
that
Yes,
happened with the
I
pandemic?
think it is.
That the light slowed down, the distractions slowed down enough that people can focus on the inner
Yes,
self. Do you
I
agree?
agree. I mean, that was, if you decided to look at it that way and not be woe is me and, oh, this is like this and I can't do this and I can't do that and I don't like how they making me wear this mask and I don't want to sanitize my hands, whatever. If you wanted to focus on the complain about what you didn't like instead of whoo woosah. Okay, all right, now when you eat
Hmm.
you can sit down and eat with your family and hmm maybe take note after the conversation a little bit, before the end of the night is over. What did I eat? Journal it, write it down.
Hmm.
How did I feel the next morning? How did I feel? Did I feel something immediately after I ate? Some people eat something and immediately, oh, I feel tired. I feel like I'm in a coma, and it could be a carb coma because maybe they were eating too many carbohydrates and the wrong kind for them, that's more draining and depleting than it does to give you energy. We need carbs for energy, but too many, you can go into a carb coma, so to speak, is what I like to call it, where you're
Yeah.
lethargic and you're like, oh, and ready to take a nap and go to sleep. Or you may wake up in the morning and feel some kind of way. So it's like important to write at least even a small little note. It doesn't have to be, several paragraphs and several sentences. It's just, I didn't, I had a headache. I felt like
Hmm.
real full, or felt like I needed to belch and nothing would come out. However, my I didn't sleep so well. I tossed and turned. That could be noted, and you remember what you ate last in that evening or throughout that day, and make note of it. And then maybe try going without that for 2 to 3 weeks and see if you notice your body respond differently. Eat it one more time, see if it responds back to the other way, so that you can have a correlation. And that you can do that without going to a food allergist or a nutrition or dietitian. You can create your own little lab, sort of lab experiments with yourself to see. That's how some people figured out they were gluten intolerant. Going gluten free has kind of been a fad, just like
Hmm.
keto, going keto, doing these different things that are faddish. Some people do it
Hmm.
for blood sugar maintenance, for medical reasons. But you got people wanting to
Hmm.
do it for weight loss reasons, kind of faddish. Anything that is extreme, to me, in my opinion, and like I said, everyone's got one, and it's not moderate, it's not sustainable. It's not a lifestyle that you can maintain. And that, to me, that's the problem we come into, where we'll do something for short term because we can't live like that for the duration of our life. That's
It's not a lifestyle
It's a
change.
lifestyle
Yeah.
change, and that's why I don't like diets. Because to me, diets are something you do short term that you can't stick with.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you get some results. Anytime you make a change, you're gonna get some results. As soon as you go back to eating normal,
Right.
your
Right. Yeah.
progress is reversed. So it's like, yes, it should become a
Yeah.
lifestyle, a moderate lifestyle, and not necessarily one where you deprive yourself of the things you did like, but it's learning how to have self-control with those things. And then also
Mm-hmm.
balancing it with physical activity.
Mhm.
You can't outrun a bad diet, and you can't contour and change your body from diet alone. So
Mm-hmm.
you can lose weight
Right.
and not like the way you look. You know, a lot of people will lose weight because they dropped his calories significantly, and so I'm not eating as much. But now, where's the balance? You know, instead of finding that moderate amount, that
Mhm.
calories, the energy, because all food is energy, the right amount of energy to take in, burning through physical activity, the right amount of energy on a daily basis to create the deficit for you to either maintain your weight or to lose weight, if that is a goal, or to get the desired results, which is maybe having more energy. So you have to do cardio different. I'm not doing cardio for weight loss. I'm doing cardio for metabolism boost. So I have more energy. I sleep better.
Mhm.
I have more
Mhm.
focus and clarity because you're releasing and stimulating the release of these physiological neuro chemicals, brain chemicals, physiological chemicals in our body,
Mhm.
serotonin,
Mhm.
norepinephrine, all these things that help our brain function and have a quicker speed of processing. We can think faster.
Mm-hmm.
We want foods that help us think
Mhm.
faster, right? Um,
Well, that's important. Yeah.
and have better memory and recall and better retention for that which we do take in visually or auditorily. So having greater recall, and then sleeping better. So all these other benefits that can come from just finding that balance. It's not one extreme, one way or the other. And that's the problem sometimes with resolutions. Sometimes it's too extreme. And I did say have a big goal that scares you, but that's different when we start talking about the diet. You don't do something so extreme that it scares not just you, but your
Mhm.
doctor and your family. That's not
Right.
the same
Mhm.
thing.
Mhm.
Having the big goal is, um, getting into maybe that your wedding dress again, or having a goal outfit to put on for that milestone birthday. And yes, it's not necessarily the be all end all, but that was something that motivated you to be consistent in those small things, every day, eating healthy, exercising, meditating, prayer, journaling, self love, getting enough rest, getting enough sleep,
Mhm.
and drinking enough water, all these things that become
Mhm.
habitual and routine that are good for you, and nothing that you have to necessarily adjust after you hit your goal. So that's the thing. Anything that you
Yeah.
do that will help you get
Right.
there, you should be able to still do those things to maintain it. So I'm not drinking a
Yes.
lot of water now to help me lose weight, but
Right.
then as soon as I lose that weight, I stop drinking the water and I go back to pop and I go back to more coffee than water, or more soda and sugary drinks and things like that are not going to be good for me. Now I'm going to reverse all the
Right.
progress that I made. So we shouldn't just do all of that, put all the eggs in one basket to get to a goal, um, and then reverse it. It's like, if it's not
Mhm.
extreme, it's doable that you can do it for the rest of your life. Like you say, if it's a lifestyle adjustment, this is something I can continue doing.
Mhm.
Yay, I met my goal, but I'm going to continue living this way because I like how I feel. I like what my doctor likes how I feel because all my numbers are where they're supposed to be. I'm
Mhm.
not on any prescriptions. All these things that you can look at as the positives for why you should continue that way, because of the results you're getting, not just for an outfit or a day, but for the rest of your life, to be healthy, to be able to resist, have a strong immune system to resist COVID and any other type of flu and any other type of
Mm-hmm.
virus, keeping our
Mm-hmm.
bodies healthy and strong and our immune system
Mm-hmm.
strong. All those other things help that. So that's another important reason why you want to find that balance and that lifestyle adjustment. That it's a no-brainer. It's just, I'm here and I can do everything else I want. My body's defenses are up to protect it from outside virus and attacks. And my mind is strong, my body is strong, and my health is good because I do these things. I drink more water, I get more sleep, I watch what I eat. I do allow myself to enjoy a slice of cake and maybe a little bit of ice cream, but I don't eat the whole cake. And I don't eat it every day. And I don't finish the whole carton in 2 days. All these things is finding that moderation without deprivation. That's how you can live with the lifestyle dietary changes you would make, that you can maintain, that you can sustain for a long time. You know,
Gotta be
yeah,
consistent. That's we teach that in
Yeah.
coaching. And no matter what, if you playing basketball, your workout, if it's a diet, if it's a lifestyle change, you have to be consistent. You got to consistently do it.
Yeah. Yes. So in renewing your mind, we're talking about the renewal of your mind
yeah.
in a
But
spiritual
but
sense.
I mean,
And
mental, physical, emotional, it's all of that is all connected. It's all connected.
mm-hmm,
It's all interrelated.
all,
And as
mm-hmm,
we even in addressing sometimes the individual parts of who we are as a whole, they're interconnected. Because if you do one thing over here, it's going to positively affect the other things. If you do this over here, it's going to positively affect the
right,
other things. So though, yes, we can renew that mind,
right,
and on a spiritual, we can renew the mind on a physical level. We can renew the mind because, like, oh, I don't like to do cardio. Oh, I don't want. We have a way sometimes of talking ourselves out of the things that we need to do that are necessary, even, just because we don't feel like it or we don't like it. Um, there are a lot of things in life, and especially as coaches, and you've coached your athlete, they don't necessarily love the workouts. They like the result of being stronger,
Mm-hmm.
to jump higher, to have the endurance to play longer, having
The
the muscle
accolades,
memory,
they love the accolades.
to keep
mm-hmm,
hitting the twos every time,
mm-hmm,
don't miss a free throw, nothing.
Right.
Whatever that is that you do that's consistent, that's going to get you the rewards. You don't necessarily like the process, but we love the result. So that's just life.
Mm-hmm.
So in that mind renewal, it's like you have to stop saying, oh, I hate cardio, it's such a drudgery, it's boring, and watch what you say. Speak out
Mm-hmm.
what you need it to be, what it is you're getting from it. Cardio is good for me. Cardio helps me have energy. Cardio helps me live longer. Just change how you're
Mm-hmm.
saying it. And then eventually
mm-hmm.
you will be able to say, I love cardio because I like how I feel. I love
Words is
words are powerful. So watching what we say,
Word.
and the renewing of the mind comes from hearing and hearing, not having heard. So with that vision, with that goal, we speak it out. We speak out what we want. The more we keep saying, I have this, I am
Mm-hmm,
strong, I am fit, I am healthy, and my blood pressure is normal. And you can even call out the number. My blood count, my cholesterol number is, say with the number, the goal the doctor might have given you or that you set for yourself, and speak out that number as I'm working to get my body to that number, but speak the positive, speak what it is you're working for, and the other things will come. And eventually you'll see that shift. You'll see that shift. Every time I have a client that I'm working,
mm-hmm,
they want to talk about that cardio. I'm like, get a podcast, listen to a message, put on some uplifting, powerful music. That not just, I like when I make playlists, I like songs that talk about empowerment, or I can do,
mm-hmm.
I feel pumped up, like, yeah. So
right.
I pick those songs like even for runs when I would go for a run and I'd have these songs like I can do it. Come on, I had the female playlist like I'm a
Mhm.
survivor. I'm gonna survive this cardio, whatever. So you get the music that helps get you going and makes you feel empowered and makes you feel strong, and you can get through it. And then when you're seeing the results of it, how much more energy you have, how you feel, you will find yourself like, I gotta go. If you missed a day, you missed two. Oh, why I feel
Mhm.
why do I feel so? Oh, I didn't do my cardio the last 2 days. I need to go do
Mhm.
some cardio. I feel better when I do cardio. So then now you're motivated to be consistent with doing the cardio because you like,
And
huh?
Carol, please tell our listeners, because so many do this. You know, you don't gain weight quick. You're not going to lose weight
Oh
quick.
yeah,
Please tell them don't give up because they don't see the results they want to see quick
yeah.
enough.
Based on uh, even science, so it'll show you that. But then there's a spiritual side. It's like just like God suddenly can do something. You showing your discipline and you're
Mhm.
doing your day in day out. If you commit, if you need change, you need 4 to 6 days of activity. If you're maintaining, 2 to 3 is fine. But if you want change in your body in any kind of way, it's 4 to 6. So the more consistent you are, you're building your confidence in yourself and your self-esteem, your self-worth, because you're proud every time you can check yourself off that I did something good for me and I invested in myself. And it may be 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and you're like, oh, it's just staying the same. 7 weeks. On that eighth week, suddenly, woo, you start seeing yourself drop 2 pounds, 3 pounds consistently every week as you stay consistent
Mhm.
in doing it. Your body can be like a child, a
Mhm.
toddler child, having a tantrum. It's like, what are you doing? I don't
Yeah.
no, I don't like this. I don't want you to do this. So
Mhm.
I'm not going to budge. I'm not going to
Mm.
do anything. But after a while, you break that toddler down and you win. So you got to be patient with the toddler in yourself, to allow the physiological things that need to go on in there. Then just because you don't outwardly see it doesn't mean inward changes aren't being made. And so sometimes those inward changes, it takes time for them to catch up. And once things are starting to work better inside, now you'll see the outside catch up. So don't give up on
Right.
yourself because you're frustrated. You're not seeing it happen fast enough. Some of us have taken years and some, not just months, but years putting the weight on. You're not going to lose it all in 2 weeks. So at
That's
least
true.
I always say give yourself at least a
That is
year
true.
to see some true
Right.
significant um, progress in your body and your shape, contouring, muscle mass, your whole
Mhm.
composition, body composition. Um, Notice the physiological, emotional improvements because you will have emotional improvements, and then and the mental, improvements that you'll
Mhm.
see. You're more, you have more stamina. You have more mental toughness because you're fighting
Mhm.
through even the thing, feeling discouraged. You're fighting through wanting to quit. What's the point? I'm not seeing any change. And sometimes it will feel, and feelings are fickle. So that's why I'm saying it will feel as though things may get actually worse. I've heard people say, I'm gaining weight. So it appears that that's worse because you're gaining and not losing. When a lot of times when we start doing different things,
Mhm.
when you are heavier and you're doing weight bearing exercise, I mean, you're doing even walking for especially a heavier person is a weight bearing exercise. So you are developing and strengthening
Mhm.
muscle when doing the
Mhm.
cardio. I mean, muscle is more dense, and yes, you
Mhm.
should see some inches come off, but not necessarily initially. Especially if you haven't made huge dietary adjustments. It just depends on this combination of how you're
Mhm.
approaching your health and wellness goals. You're building muscle, and you still haven't lost a lot of fat. So then you may see the scale go up.
Mhm.
But that doesn't mean
Yeah.
you're not doing a good thing. Because then
Well,
2 or 3 more
Thank
weeks,
you.
you'll see the fat coming off.
Right.
So
You gotta
um, you got to keep going.
you
Be
gotta
Gotta
keep
keep
going.
going.
encouraged. Be
Keep moving.
encouraged.
I've I've done that. Again, I think I've said this before. I started my weight loss journey back in April. The pandemic started around March, so I kind of started at the end of April, and I'm doing it now consistently, 3 times a week. I was at 235. I'm at 216. My goal is 215. So technically, that's my goal, but I don't want to look at it that way. Oh, I got 215, and then, you
Right.
know, that's it. No, I want to keep consistently, just
Yeah.
keep it, just
Yep.
maintain, just to maintain. So, but you've asked, you segue into that third question that I had, so I don't even have to ask that one. So, I do want to ask you one thing though, in regards to exercise. What should one do to start off? If they want to start their journey today, what should they do?
Walk. Move.
Okay.
Walk. I mean,
Okay.
most people can walk. If you can move your legs, and if
Mm-hmm.
you may get tired, walk. I mean, you just walk. Then you can build up to walking on an incline if you're on a treadmill. If you're walking outside, you're building up. Maybe instead of walking around the block once, and I'm tired, ooh, I need to sit down. You're walking,
Mm-hmm.
you're building up to walking around the block twice, and you're still like, ooh, I could go another. But you can stop at
Mm-hmm.
two, for a few weeks, then you can add a third. So it's being gradual, building yourself up. So one, you don't injure yourself. One, you don't discourage yourself because you're like, I can't make 5 laps, and I feel like a failure. Like, no, purpose to just do one, and for or two, whatever it is you start off with that you can do. You start off if you do two, you can do two for a week to 2 weeks, and then move up to
Mm-hmm.
three. Then move up to four, and make it gradual. It may be
Mm-hmm.
time instead of distance.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you walked for 10 minutes and you felt winded. Okay, sit down, stretch. Stretching is good, and it's getting some
Mm-hmm.
good
Mm-hmm.
stimulation and blood flow. So you can do arm circles, stretch out your leg, stretch out your neck. You release stretch. I mean, you release stress that can be stored in the muscles, tension that can be stored in the muscles just from stretching,
Mm-hmm.
and build up 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, every couple weeks, adding 5 more minutes or so that you can build yourself up safely, but feel empowered and successful while doing it. Because the more successes you have, like, oh, yes, I did it, I finished it, you're proud of yourself. You can give yourself a little pat on the
Mm-hmm.
back, whoop, whoop, I did it. And you can go on and be like, okay, I can add 5 more minutes. I did that so well and I wasn't tired. I feel like, yeah, I can go a little bit longer. The next time I can add 5 more minutes. So um, those wins are important for our emotional and mental health, and to help us to stay
Absolutely.
encouraged to keep going forward. And then start adding body weight things. You can do push-ups off of a chair, off the wall, off
Mm-hmm.
elevate it, and not be all the way down on the floor yet. If you have shoulder issues, you want to move your arms, use your own arms. You can, even without weights, just move them, press ups, up and down, push aways, pushing out, circles.
Mm-hmm.
And I like these ones. These are just isometric and tiny. You sit there as if you have a ball and you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You're working your pecs, your shoulder, your deltoids, So it's just different little things you can do right at home if you don't have a gym membership. If you have a gym membership, start off on the fixed, on the machines before you move to dumbbells. Because dumbbells, people, may have bad
Mm-hmm.
form, but with the machine, you typically it's going to put you in the right position when you sit in it. When you do the machine, it's going to keep your angles right, and it's going to help you still work the muscles without injuring yourself. So that's the safest way. Start with fixed machines. Then you can move to dumbbells. Um, and also you can incorporate bands, resistance bands for great toning. You can do
Okay.
bicep curls with the resistance bands. You can do shoulder, chest, and shoulder things, and triceps. You can do a full body workout with a resistance band. and build yourself up, you know. So get a trainer, get
Carol,
a coach,
hey,
a
hey,
trainer.
hey,
Yeah.
hey, Carol. When I was growing up, man, we in gym we always used to have to walk in place and run in place. And I tell people that you don't necessarily have to go on the treadmill. You don't have to walk around the block. Wintertime coming, they complain about it being cold. Just getting up and
Yeah.
walking in place is
Yeah, you
beneficial.
can. There's a person who made a whole workout series, walk a mile. They just marching basically in place. So you can march
Yeah,
right there in place. Because basically, when you're not, you can't call it necessarily walking, but that's basically it's low impact, but you have to pretty much
yeah,
march in place since you're
Mark.
not going to actually be mobile. You can also use
Yeah,
steps in your house
Right.
if you've got any interior
yeah,
stairs in your house. If it's just one riser is all you need. Up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. You don't have to go to the gym. You can use whatever you have in your house.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a gym
mhm,
membership and you don't mind going to the gym, take advantage of that. But oh yeah, there is no excuse because you can get a total body workout right at home. We can trust me. I do it when I had to make the shift from teaching my classes in person to online. We had a whole little tutorial type thing. I was like, "What you got in your house?" Because I have to get past the 2 and the 3 and the 5 pound weights, and there was a shortage on weights. And people was like, "I tried to go on Amazon to order some heavier weights, and there's none available." I was like, "Get a backpack, put some bags of rice in
mhm,
there or some canned goods in there, then put it on the scale so you can see how
Mm-hmm.
much it is,
Mm-hmm.
10 pounds. Okay, great. Now we're gonna do upright rows with that. You're gonna lift that backpack and do a bicep curl with that. So we worked with whatever they had at home. A tote bag, a duffel
mhm,
bag, or a backpack,
Okay.
two laundry
mhm.
detergent jugs,
Okay.
and a
Yeah.
towel. If you don't have a mat, we can use a towel, lay down. A chair.
Yeah.
We can do things off of a chair. So there's tons of videos out there where you can Google what you have in search of a video that will show you a workout with what you have in your house.
Mhm.
So there's no
Yeah.
excuse. You don't have to worry
Okay.
about going out in public and being with other people who might be COVID carriers. You don't want to go to the gym. You can work out at home. There's no reason why you can't be COVID fit, and we don't have to come out of COVID fat. So I always say be COVID healthy, be COVID
Okay.
fit, because it's all the more important to do that, even if you don't care about the weight or anything like that, because I'm not about anybody being a certain or particular size. I'm about being healthy, and that's what I'm a proponent for
Mhm,
anyone. If you lose weight as a side effect of movement, great. But if you don't, you're going to
mhm.
strengthen your heart, you're going to improve your lung capacity, you're going to improve your immune system,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to protect yourself better from COVID. So you
Yes.
don't have to, you can
That's it.
reduce
That's what we
anxiety,
want.
you can reduce fear of, oh my God, I'm going to
Mhm.
catch it and die. Like,
Yes.
no, speak life over yourself and know that if I do
Fight.
the right things for my body will do the
Yeah.
right things by me and help protect me. Wash my hands,
Yes.
mask up, but I don't have to be in fear to go
Right.
out and go anywhere because I'm doing right by
Right.
me. I'm strengthening my immune system. I'm strengthening my health, my mind, my
Mm-hmm.
body, drinking enough water so I can eliminate toxins that I encounter every day, even in my own home, because we encounter
Mm-hmm.
toxins every day
Mhm.
from air pollution to car exhaust
Yes.
to anybody who smokes, all these different things, chemicals from the factories, everything. So we're
Everything.
Yeah.
combating, our body is already combating toxins and impurities in the air every single day. So the stronger you keep it, the better it's able to fight stronger impurities, including the
Yeah.
COVID.
Amen. Yes. Yes.
Drink that
Yes.
water.
Well, Carol.
That's important.
Yeah.
It's the
Uh,
nutrient conduit. It's
uh,
the boat that carries nutrients in to the cells, and it's the boat that takes toxins out. So it's
Yeah.
a two-way boat.
you see this jug?
Yes, sir. I see
You see
it.
this jug? This is This is 64
Okay,
ounces of jug. I drink
good.
the whole thing every day.
That's the minimum. If it's eight,
But
if it's
that's
eight to
minimum,
ten
right? That's
cups, which
minimum.
is 8 ounces, 64 is the minimum.
Mm.
Up to
That's
80,
minimum, right?
and the
That's minimum,
true the industry
right?
or the accepted norm is half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water, not just 64. Because 64, every
Yep.
time you drink less than what you should take in, you are dehydrating yourself ever so slightly. Now, it won't be severe, but the more fluid we have, the more
That's
viscous our
true.
blood is, the more water we're taking in. And again, we're able to get more of the nutrients of the food we take in into our cells, into our body where it needs to go. And then it transports out the waste and the toxins and the impurities that we don't need. But it also keeps our organs slippery so they can function. I was talking with and reading a study, and it was morticians who talked about, when they go through the embalming process of someone who is deceased, how from 50 years ago to today, people's organs are like glued together, like sticky, and
Oh,
partly it's because of the formaldehyde and other additives and chemicals that are in products that we use, like body washes and shampoos and things like that, and even some lotions. So sometimes that dollar store lotion ain't great because you gotta look at the ingredients and got formaldehyde. You got
Yeah, yeah.
formaldehyde in it. You're slowly embalming yourself. So you're gonna watch the formaldehyde, but just showing how it was like they were pulling when they try to take an organ, like so if they can harvest the organ, they're like it's sticky and it can pull apart. You can see like this
Mm.
mucousy thing
right.
pulling apart. Not drinking enough water.
Oh
We
my
drink more
gosh.
water, we're gonna help
Mm.
keep that,
Right.
help carry that formaldehyde out, flush it out and keep it. So if it's not sticky, if it's supposed to be doing a function, it doesn't have a coating over it or anything like a gluey, sticky coating over it. It can actually function the way it's supposed to a lot better. The
Mhm.
heart can beat better, the lungs
Wow.
can move
Wow.
better because it doesn't have this sticky, viscous stuff
Yeah.
all over it. So
Right.
water is a good thing for
Wow.
you.
Wow.
I don't understand how people say I don't like the taste of
Yes.
water.
Yes.
It's water. It's not supposed to have a taste. You can give it a taste with a squirt of lemon or a squirt of lime. Cucumber, some mint, ginger. I don't care. Just put something in it and drink it.
That's that's the excuse they try and talk themselves out of drinking it. That's what it is.
I'm dating myself. We used to play basketball outside all day, and we didn't have Gatorade, we didn't have Fago. We go get the water out the water hose. I'm talking about, now I'm dating
Yep.
myself on that. But if you had we would all be lined up to go drinking water out the water hose. So that's all we did was drink
Water.
water.
And I have
That's
to
it.
say,
That's it.
I know everybody,
That's
it's a
it.
business, and I'm not shooting them down for a business, but we'll reach for the Gatorade way too soon. Gatorade, Powerade, any of
Yep.
those that help balance out electrolytes. Most people ain't, they're more dehydrated, but they haven't perspired enough to throw and worked hard enough to throw their electrolytes almost kind of out of whack.
Yeah.
It's 90 minutes of intense activity. 90 minutes before you need a Gatorade.
Minutes.
Or unless you are also working out 30 minutes in intense heat, like Phoenix, intense heat, 100-degree weather heat. We don't typically have that
Right.
here a lot in Michigan. I'm just saying. I know they gotta make their money, but you really don't need it. Water is your best friend. Water is your best friend.
Well,
Absolutely.
this is what I did when I coached
Yeah.
my college teams. We educated them
Yeah.
on hydration. And a lot of kids came in, especially the freshmen, they will come in and they got to have a Gatorade. Gatorade is for
Mhm.
recovery. Okay. So we emphasize drinking water on the bench. You come out, drink some water. Okay. After the game,
There you
then
go,
you can have a
coach.
Mhm.
Gatorade.
I love
Okay.
it. You
That's
see these
no, I
moms
know. I've
put
educated
Gatorade in
my
their babies' lunch.
teams
I'm
on
like,
that.
they don't need don't get
Okay.
me nothing.
No, no, it's a recovery drink. It's not a drink that you got to drink on the bench when you come out the game. Drink some water, okay? That way we won't worry about cramps.
Right.
We won't have to worry about any of that stuff. So,
I told him
but we
look
are.
at the
Oh, go
look at
ahead.
the documentary on Gatorade when it was developed on the Florida Gators campus. You know, it was because of the football practices, like you just said, Carol. When you said Tempe, Arizona, it was because of the heat and the football practice
And they
Right,
down
out
in
there
Florida.
doing friggin'
You know,
tour
that's why
days.
we
So
went
right,
up.
they was exhausted.
Doing two days, right? Yeah,
right,
that's why they did it. You know, not
right.
not not playing
Well,
an AAU basketball game for 20 minutes.
right. We're at the end here, but we want to close with a couple things. Um, First and foremost, our condolences go out to the Willis and Bush family in the loss of Casey, who was murdered on Christmas. Our heartfelt condolences to Carol Bush and her children and the entire family. I coached the sister, Chastity, for part of her high school career at University Prep, and just want to know, Chastity, Coach loves you, and our entire cast here at Garland Redcup Variety Podcast. We send our condolences to the Willis and Bush family as they prepare to funeralize Casey
Wow.
next week. And Paul, you got anything before we close?
Yeah, just with for Carol Akita, my our sons both play for base fundamental, and I've reached out to them. They know, my prayers, my
Mhm.
condolences for this terrible act of violence. And I just want to say that we as a people, we got to find a way to have disputes and preserve lives at the same time. This is,
Mhm.
this was very hurting. This was very devastating for the Metro Detroit basketball community. It was senseless. All right. And so
Yes.
we're going to come together and try our best, as men to educate these young men that we have to find a way to solve issues and preserve
Mhm.
lives. Right. So that's it.
Yes. 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 The Garland Red Cup Variety Podcast is brought to you by 22 Design Studios, and shout out to our producer, Mr. David Walker. And again, we are very, very happy to start off 2021 with this show. Again, it's getting it done in
Yes.
21, the renewing of your body and your mind. Carol, we thank you so
Thank you,
much for
Carol.
joining us
Having me.
again. Uh, we appreciate we appreciate everything. Um, and hopefully in 2021,
Yeah.
somebody's listening will take heed to what was said today. And I certainly learned a few things, although I'm in that journey now, and I'm some of the things you describe, I'm doing. But there's always room for knowledge. And again, just grateful for your insight, and we really, really appreciate it. Tune in next week. I mean, excuse me, in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, to our January 16th show, which will be our MLK show. That will be a very, very special show. And again, thank you so much, Carol, for coming on. And listeners, we will
All
see you in 2
One
weeks.
second. One last thing. Give your information, Carol, on
Oh, I'm
give your
sorry.
information on how to contact you because you're going to get a lot of referrals from me and how to get in
right.
contact with
Well,
you.
you can reach out to me at Carol Gist, Carol Anne Marie Gist on Facebook and Instagram at Carol Gist. It's my picture. So if you see you see me, it's me. And also you can email me at MissUSA1990 at hotmail.com.
Okay. But then we're probably going to put some information for where
That's
you
fine.
work at
Yep.
on our
JC
website too.
Jones
They
Boot
might
Camp
can
and at
Okay.
Wayne
we'll do
State.
that.
Yep.
So we'll get that from you.
So I had to go someplace else
Yes,
because
yes,
Wayne
yes, yes.
State
So
would
thank you
only allow
again.
students and faculty to use the gym right now. So JC
Yes.
Jones is open. I personal train out of here. We have great group classes, group training. We keep them small, but we keep kickboxing, boot camp, strength training, mobility training, and weight loss transformation. So it's a great little spot right here in Detroit on West McNichols. So JC Jones Boot Camp.
Okay. So if he
Okay,
got a
sure.
flyer or something, send that to me. If he got anything, any advertisement, we can put it on our website, and we will like we do all our shows. We'll give him a shout out, and you know, he can get some
Okay.
clients. So
Thank
yeah.
you.
So thank you again. We are done. We will see you in
Happy
2
New Year.
weeks, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
Happy New Year.